Okay, today I'm going to go through some very basic uses of the program Evernote. Evernote is a free online, I would refer to it as a digital binder, note-taking kind of thing where you can throw a lot of stuff up to it, access it from your mobile device, your cell phone, your laptop, a computer at work, wherever you are with an internet connection, you can get to this. I recently downloaded it on my iPad and it works very well with that as well. So the first thing you'll do is you go to evernote.com, sign up for the free account. They do have a premium account, and from what I have looked at, it pretty much gets you additional storage. You can have different file types sent to it, and you can have the option to collaborate and actually share notebooks with other people. I don't have a use for that right now, but I could see that being a useful tool. But the version I'm using is the free version, and that's where I would kind of recommend you start with it. I'm going to go ahead and sign in because, like I said, I have already created an account. And I've been using this for, I don't know, about a month now, maybe not even that long. So when it's loading, you're going to see a bunch of notebooks that I have created in here, and I'll get to that a little bit later. To start with, there are two things that you're going to want to do. When you create an account, it's going to give you some stuff that may not look exactly like mine, but when you go to the Settings tab, it'll kind of give you an account summary. So January 10th, so I haven't even been on it maybe a full week here. It'll tell you how much usage you have and things like that. When you log in, it's going to give you an email address, and you can change it because, of course, I'm going to change mine as soon as I'm done with this so that I don't get everybody and their brother sending me their notes because I don't want them. But you'll get an email address, and you can send notes to your Evernote account by way of email, and that's going to come into play later. The other thing that it can do, and I'm not going to open the Twitter because I do have my Twitter account linked here, is you can link your Twitter account. So if you come across a tweet while you're in Twitter and TweetDeck or wherever you are, and you want to save that, it can be sent to your Evernote, and I will show you how to do that as well. But again, in the settings, it's very self-explanatory in terms of how you do it. So how do I use it? Well, the first way I use it is through my Google Reader, where I get a lot of, if you're like me, you're subscribed to a lot of things. I just clean mine out so I have nothing that's unread. And let's say you come across a blog post or something, and you say, you know what, I want to share that, or I want to hang on to that and share it later, or use it later, or read it later. You just go down to your email button, and this can be done with anything. If you just have an email that a colleague sent you and you want to save this, I have created a contact in my my Gmail to send to Evernote. And so again, it has that email address that I have linked in my Evernote that they provided for me that I'm going to change directly after I get done with this. And I click send. And it basically sent that blog post to my Evernote account. So if I go back to my Evernote and I go back to my notes, I should see, sometimes it doesn't happen instantly, sometimes it does. So we'll see if it did that. Takes a second to load. So there's that blog post I sent there. So it sent it to my notebook right there. Very easy to do, and then I'll show you what to do with those other notebooks here in a second. But so there you go. I can email it right to my Evernote, and it can stay there. So if a colleague sends you a great resource link, you can just forward it right onto this, and it'll hold it up here for you, which is to me a lot easier than using the bookmarks and Internet Explorer, all that kind of stuff. The second way you can use this is actually in Twitter, and this is probably where I use it the most. And all you have to do is, you can see down here is my Evernote, and you want to follow them. Okay, when you follow them, they will send you a direct message, a DM, and it will give you a link you'll go through, and it'll send you all the setup instructions. Once you do that, and it's pretty self-explanatory, once you do that, I use TweetDeck almost exclusively. So let's say I have this tweet here, and it's a football page from Jerry, who's a phenomenal Twitter person. If you don't follow him, you need to. And let's say I want to retweet this. Okay, so I'm going to edit and retweet, and at the end of it, I'm going to put my EN. If you see what I just did there, I added the @ okay, because I follow this, and once I hit send, it'll retweet it just like normal. But the other thing it'll do is it'll actually send a copy of that tweet and the link associated directly into my Evernote account. I'm going to hit refresh button and see how quickly it came. Sometimes the ones from TweetDeck take a couple of minutes. Sometimes they come right away. We'll see which one worked today. And there it is. So there's the tweet that I just retweeted and put the my EN on the end of it, and it sent it into my notebook. So those are the two big ways that I send things. You can do it on your mobile device, which I'll get to a little bit later, which for me is probably the most used way I utilize it, is because if I'm on the road and I don't have my laptop in front of me, I know that I want to read that tweet, and I'll just send it to my Evernote, and then I can read it later, which is a little bit easier. So then what you can do, if you click on one of these, one of your notes that got sent up to it, you can do a couple things with it. And I'm going to go click this edit button here. So when you click edit, you can change the title, which to me that's the title of the blog, so I would leave this. And you can add tags, and you can change the notebooks. So here's are the notebooks that I have created. I've created a tweets notebook. These are just tweets that come across that I want to save. I've just started a notebook for TED Talks, where I put links to some of the TED Talks that I want to use with teachers that I work with, or just my own self. This is the generic notebook where everything by default goes. If you send it, tweet it, email it, or whatever. I have a notebook for resources, and so on and so forth. All these kind of things up here. To make a new notebook, all you got to do is click this little, caret here, new notebook. Pretty easy, or if you want to rename it. So if we take this resource that I got sent in here, this is a blog post talking about visibility, principal administration, things like that. So to me, that would fall into my education notebook. So I can go over here to notebook, and I can change. I want it to go into the EDU notebook. I want to leave it the title, but I want to tag it, and I'm going to give a tag it of admin, because this is admin related. And it tried to do an autosave on me. So I'm going to put admin as a tag. And I just click save and close. It'll automatically move that into my EDU folder or notebook, and it will now have that tag. And it keeps it in there, and I can go through, I can rename these. These again are just all things that were put in there. One of the other things you can do, and this is through your mobile phone, you can actually do recordings and send a voice note up to your Evernote account. And again, the unique feature, the thing I like about this is I can just send it all up here. It's here. I can get to it from anywhere I want, and then I can rearrange and organize things. To me, it's a lot simpler, a lot easier than using bookmarks and things like that. And then I have them there kind of to manipulate and move around as I see fit. Okay, now one of the other nice features of Evernote is on your smartphone. If you have a smartphone, you can obviously download the Evernote app, and when you open it, you can have access to create a new note. You can access the notes you already have on there. You can do tags, notebooks, all sorts of things like that. Similar to what you can do on the website, but obviously in the palm of your hand. But one of the things that I like, I'm a TweetDeck user, and when you're in TweetDeck, let's say I have a tweet here. This is a handbook for educators. I have not looked at this tweet, but I'm just going to use it as a sample. In a drop-down, you have an option to share, and you can email it, do anything like that. But if you hit the share button, once you put Evernote on your smartphone, you can get the Evernote option here and share. And if you click that Evernote option, it'll say tweet forwarded, and it will automatically send this to your Evernote account. And you can change the title and everything. I typically just save it. It'll shoot it up there, and then I can, tag it and do anything else later on. But this is just a quick way for me when I'm on the road and I don't have the laptop in front of me, that if I come across something I want to save, rather than emailing it to myself or anything like that, I just hit that share button and throw it up to Evernote, which is pretty convenient and pretty simple.